Hello, friends. Good morning. This is Gautham Kolluri from CIP Study Abroad. Welcome to our live QA session today. Uh, Today we have one of our Facebook group members, Joshua here, Joshua Davis. He is doing his master's in University of Windsor. So he was just, inquiring about his friend, but I thought he can give his feedback about this program of study, about his experience in University of Windsor. So yes, Joshua, welcome to our live session today. Yes, please go ahead, Joshua. So how, where are you from? Which part of India are you from? And what are you studying in Windsor University?
I'm from Tamil Nadu, and I have completed my undergraduate in Tamil Nadu itself. And right now, I'm studying a master's in civil engineering at University of Windsor. I have reached just on the December of last year. So these are going on.
That's good. So how was your journey with the whole, process? Like, what is your academic background? What is your percentage in your bachelor's, and how was the admission process?
Yeah,
With the,
I have percentage of 74 in undergraduate, and I actually started. I'm not sure whether you know this or not. I actually did my consultancy with someone else, but at the end, I had a lot of issues with visas. So later on, I came to know that about you, and you helped me a lot actually in visas, so visa things and all, because it was during COVID time, and I wasn't aware of that they were not processing the study permits. It seems like the time when I was applied, they have put all the applications on hold, but I still applied it. Only I came to know a little later. So my application just went as backlog, and I had no updates for like 4 months. My medicals got updated only after 4 months, and even after that, I was asked to submit two of three additional documents. Meanwhile, my the offer letter was expired, so I had to defer three times, and the university was so happy to do that, and they welcomed me like one of their students. And yeah, at the end, after after 8 months, I got my visa, and during that time, like I had a lot of doubts and queries, and each and every time I called CAP, you literally helped me. So that's how we can't come to know your contact, and I'm just sharing with other people because this is what I have experienced with you. So it's a good experience, and I'm so thankful for you. I never thought I'll be attending another meeting like this, but
No, you're welcome. You're a part of a Facebook group, and it was a very difficult time, 2020-21, for all the students who've been processing. The VFS was closed, and the biometrics. There are people who were actually flying to Dubai and other countries. There was one girl who actually flew to Moscow to get her visa stamping when the VFS was closed. So it was a journey. So your experience with Windsor from the academic perspective, your program, what you're studying. We do work with University of Windsor. We have many students in University of Windsor. How was your experience academic about the program and also the teaching out there?
yeah, it's good because I can't say it exactly because till last semester, I mean till last week, I had classes online, completely online, fully online. So from today, it's starting my third semester, so it will be online, offline from today. So
Finally.
it's gonna be a new experience, and I can say it properly if I attend this kind of meeting, one of this meeting after 1 or 2 months. So but still with the online it's so good because it doesn't matter, like the experience will be a little different, but the teaching is not it's exactly the same, I feel, because they have been answering each and every questions of us, and and for the first semester it's like two mandatory courses, and for the second as well, one mandatory and one selective courses. And till today, like it's going good. It's simply as simple as that. So,
So how are the professors and teaching, and how do you see is uh, the assignment and the study load, the balance, and how you're able to manage your studies?
yeah, it is very simple actually, because as you're doing just two subjects per semester, you will have a lot of time to accommodate with all your things. Like you can go for part time, you can do part time, as well as you can easily manage your assignments as well as classes, because just 2 classes of like 3 hours of each class per week. It's not a matter to concern at all. So except those 6 hours that week, you have all time free to flexible with all your part times, and you can do cash jobs as well. So it's absolutely good, to be honest.
That's nice. Windsor, a lot of students, it is not, most international students always talk about Toronto and Vancouver because of the part-time job availability. I understand, we all have GIC, all the students have GIC, but yet part-time is very important for all the middle-class students. So how was your experience with Windsor when you came? When did you fly here, Joshua? And how was your experience in finding the part-time jobs?
I actually reached here on December 6th of last year. And I actually contacted you for the second time when I reached here because I had another issue. On the date I came here, I lost all my documents like passport, certificate, and everything. On the day
Oh,
itself, I
because
left it
you
in the airport. Yeah, that's me. so,
happens.
so even you help me with that. If any one of you thinking like that, or you might be facing, or your friends might be facing some of these problems, I can tell you a thing like you can just fill out a form in lost and found, so they will definitely help you to find all the things. So that's one thing. And so because
Got
of that,
your
yeah,
documents, right?
yeah, just after 4 days, thankfully. So that was one hell of an experience, to be honest. But that's for a good reason, I believe. So that's not a big deal. So if you're having these kind of things before, so it'll be good for you to when you come, you won't feel that hard. And if you know the process, what to do next, if you're facing some these kind of problems, so it'll be definitely helpful. Because a lot of
Just to add, Joshua, most things don't get lost in Canada. I can tell two experiences. One of my students, he's a Ukrainian, and he
okay,
lost his wallet,
okay,
right? He lost his wallet, and after 3 weeks, he received a mail with his wallet and everything intact. Somebody found his wallet in a parking lot. It slipped from his trousers, and they had his driving license and address. So some Canadian found it and they shipped it to his home, and he got it back.
yeah,
Right?
definitely. People here are
That's
good,
what.
so good.
Yeah, and there was one
And
more person. One of my friends, Ravi, he lost his Samsung tablet
okay,
in in the bus. He left it in the bus, and after 3 days, I think he was able to get it back at the bus stop. So
okay.
pretty much, people are very responsible, but things are, mixed responses, but mostly things don't really get lost. Recently, we had my daughter's scooter stolen. Very rare these things happen, but it was in a playground. We left it there that they were playing and somebody took it, maybe some small child. But in general, it's a very safe place. And even our home here, I live in Waterloo, Cambridge. Sometimes we just go to walk and we don't even lock our home, right? So it's
Yeah,
it's a
that happens.
yeah, very safe place. Yeah. So I'm glad that you were able to find the document. So, so about your journey with part-time jobs, a lot of students ask, so how did you find your part-time jobs? Did you find difficult in Windsor to find part-time job?
It was a little difficult because I came here on winter, so obviously winter the most of the jobs will be reduced. So it was difficult, but it's because of that particular reason I lost my documents. I wasn't able to move forward to get my SIN or to open my GIC account. Had to wait for 1 month, and I actually started searching jobs on just 4 months back on the start of January. But I got it within a week. It's because my friends were working in a place and they just refer me. So hope you all know that getting a part-time, even a professional job here is majority based on referrals. So if you know someone working in particular place, then you can be friend with them. You can definitely ask them to get a job for you, or you can at least ask them to refer for you. So that will work. That's the easiest thing to get a part time or even a professional job. So that's one thing. And then you can use Indeed for to find jobs, but it's not advisable to apply on Indeed. You can get to know where are the openings, and you can just go in directly and drop your resume, and That's the
Yeah,
best thing I have learned
that's a
because
good idea as well. That's what we advise. So when you see a job posting, don't just apply it, just personally go and talk to the manager. When you take an extra effort trying to connect with the hiring manager on the LinkedIn, connect with the people who are working out there, and that helps. Recently, I was just talking to one of her students who graduated, and she was initially rejected when she applied,
Mhm.
and later on, uh, she contacted the one of the HR people in the HR, and he put a personal reference, and she was able to get a full-time job here in Cambridge, I think, Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge. So it is, guys. So think out of the box, make an extra effort, go ahead, check the company, check. Most of the big companies have LinkedIn profiles. Try to connect with the HR managers, and that is really, important. Yeah, that's a good. Advice, Joshua, as well. So, what was your part-time job? Where did you work?
I'm working in a company where they manufacture these UPVC windows and doors. It's around like 7 kilometers from where I'm staying.
Mhm.
So I go by bus. It's like from this week I have shift on 4 days. So I go by bus, and the same thing I came back home by bus again. So it's very easy, and here in Windsor, I would say almost all of the places. I mean, at least all of the major places where you can find work or part time, it's almost connected with buses, transit ones. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, a lot of ride shares available, so that's not a big deal at all. So I would suggest like it's not a good thing to worry about before reaching Windsor. It's good to come here and explore things first. Like have to understand like what is the reality, and then you can proceed. That's very advisable, I would say,
Definitely.
because
In
because
Canada,
everyone coming from India, including me, I had the same feeling. But once I reached here, it was not the reality actually, and it was literally easy for me. So, but at the same time, everyone won't find it easy, but hopefully we all will if you know all the process and you know how to do it. So that's a basic. Just learn how to do it, then you are good to go. That's it.
yes, we have been in the international education industry for 20 years and 10 years almost working with Canada here as a international students recruitment officer in Conestoga, and then as an education and immigration consultant. I have not yet seen a student who has not found a job. It is only a question of time. It doesn't happen here. As long as you're proactive, as long as you are looking around, talking to people, you will find it. Might be 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months, but eventually you will find job. So don't panic. It's just that it's a new country and takes time to get things done. So and how do you like the city of Windsor? It's just across Detroit. Very interesting place out there, Riverside. So how do you like living there in Detroit?
Yeah,
In
it's definitely a good city, and it's not as big as like one of these ones in GTA, and but it's very calm kind of thing. So it's very serene city. So you can just go to the riverside. I'm just sitting half a kilometer from the riverside. Windsor is not a very big city, but you can still find a lot of places to where you can spend time with. So one obvious thing is like the riverside and the Ambassador Bridge. So you can find a lot of things. Almost you'll get like even for Indian foods and everything. If you get the US visa, you can simply go to Detroit and you can explore things as well. So it's on both sides. You can excite and explore a lot of things.
It's very nice being in the border cities. You get the
Yeah,
best of the well, psychologically, you are in Canada, but you're actually in the US out there.
yeah.
You have the visa, you can just go and you can go there and you can come back. It's pretty much
Seriously.
so. So you haven't been to Detroit as yet, right? You don't have the US visa.
No, no. It's been my interview has been scheduled on August, so I'm just waiting for that.
That's very good. Yeah. So well, your well, last question. Your advice to all the international students. We take such a big journey to come here, and uh, it's I would probably say it's such a big step for middle class families like like all of us. So what would you advise the students?
Yeah, one advice from me, I would say, is like how to be patient. That's what I learned. Like my Canada process actually went for more than 1.5 years actually, but I actually started like my process for Canada 1.5 years before, like till the time I got all my documents back, including visa. So, but that time was difficult, but it's not the same case now. So, but at the same time, again, you still have to be patient because it doesn't happen overnight. There are people who got study permit, they have applied in the morning, they have got in the night, on the same night. But I had to wait for 8 months. So it's all depends on each person. It's not in our hands, but we have to do our best and we have to be patient. For that's the only thing I would say again and again, and nothing to panic or nothing to worry about. Once you come in, you'll definitely settle in. So just go with the flow. That's it.
Yes. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you for joining and sharing your feedback, about your journey to Canada, about the University of Windsor and your life as an international student in the city of Windsor.